So, hi everyone, Cyber welcome back to another video. So, in today's video, we're going to go over today's second video onto the Black Friday, whatever, sales or whatever. So, we got pretty much no new deals, but what I want to talk about now is that you can actually buy a ton of mythic cells from the Monster Cell shop in the Monster Cell Week event. Now this will cycle, the monsters will change, but this will last for I think 3 days. And in those 3 days, all these monsters are gonna cycle back in. Like a day will have an offer, like a day will have certain monsters, a day will have another, but they will come back. So if you missed out on the first time, don't worry, you'll have a second time. So with that said, I'm gonna go over this first batch of monsters, and yeah, I'm gonna tell you which ones are worth to buy and if you should buy them. So as I already said, the monsters you can get here are way cheaper to buy than from the where is it? Not there. Wait, hold on. If I go to the monster shop, you can see that there's these offers. So instead of buying these that are way too overpriced, you can buy for like half the price these monsters from here. So first of all, I'm gonna say that every 20 cells you purchase, it costs 29 gems, and it will go, I think, down the more you buy. It's either down or up. I think last time it was down, which is good, but yeah. And with that said, there's a ton of interesting monsters. So now they added Blossom monsters, so we'll go over that. So we have King Atum. King Atum, it's actually pretty like a pretty solid monster. I think he's right now the best tank in the game, even legendary, like he is the best overall. So yeah, you should, out of all the monsters, I think I recommend buying him. Silex is not that good. Nereida though, on the other hand, this is the second time she ever got released for free, and the last time was like yesterday with the other event. So yeah. She's actually an incredible solid support. So she removes negative effects, she can heal, she has life regen, and she has a skill that removes negative effects from one ally, applies life regen and gives oxygen to itself. You have a skill that removes positive effects and deals and gives oxygen to yourself. So yeah, that's also good. She has a single trade disable, an area trade disable. She has a skill that removes positive effects from one enemy and applies 50% chance of applying possession to one enemy. So that's also very good. You have an incredible trait having Bulwark, I think, and Status Caster immune to torture to all of your allies, which is so good in today's meta. So yeah, she's a fantastic monster you should buy as well. Although I'll say that Shadow is the better version of this monster, yet, yeah, I think that just Shadow and K9 also are viable. So if you have K9, I don't think you need Nereida as much, although she's in pretty good book restrictions and stuff. So if you can buy her for sure, but I think you'd better off be with King Atum. Like, there's no other monsters like King Atum. Maybe Pango, but like, no one is as good. Like, he has that 50% damage mirror as a trait, he has that permanent Megataunt, he has the healing, he has the single Mega Stun, everything. Like, he's just so insane. So yeah, out of everyone, I say these two are pretty good. Oh, I almost bought the cells, okay. Moving on, you have Nishant, which is a good monster, but if you don't need him for book or anything, I don't think you should buy him. Seashell Guard, he's a $50 monster, but he is not worth buying. Teddy Whip is interesting, he has like Pierce, but if you don't have any Pierce attacker, you could go for this monster, but I don't recommend it because you'll find better Pierce monsters in this exact shop, so yeah. And Larian is a no-no. Brainlodon is actually pretty good. He's an abomination, which makes him weak to Serpentax. However, he has a skill that removes positive effects and applies possession to an enemy. He can remove positive effects from all enemies. He can apply triple damage. He can apply double damage. He can remove negative effects. So yeah, this monster is just overall very powerful. It's actually, I think he's actually one of the most underrated monsters overall. Like, I genuinely enjoy using him a lot. And yeah. Flesharion, not needed. Epigursus, also not needed. Like, he's an interesting monster because you can get a talent with him, but the talent is not even good. He has stunt, and he can apply 4 tortures to all enemies, which is actually pretty good. But he doesn't heal, he only has shields, which aren't, you know, the most powerful thing in the game. Then you have Mermaid Spearbend. This monster is actually like fully useless. This is the worst attacker in the game. Ram, it's a decent enough denier, but you shouldn't buy him. And now we're on to the Doomed monsters. Now, these you can find videos onto these offers like 10 months ago on this channel, on this exact channel, and you can actually like find what I said about these monsters in the past. However, I'm gonna go over it again because why not? And yeah, you can buy Elvira Demon Slayer, which is actually a pretty powerful monster. Not pretty, it's one of the best monsters in the game. If you don't already have her and you're thinking of buying her, buy the other shop, the single monster shop. Buy her from here. Her cells only cost 26 gems for a batch of 20 cells. Even if you want to rank her up, just do it. I think it's just an insane value. Now, with that said, she's a support monster. She has an area immune to torture as a status caster on her trait. She has area evasion, which is also like insane, which makes her like one of the best monsters just because of the trait. Immune to torture plus evasion to all all allies at the start of the battle. Is just so insane. So yeah, you should buy her for sure if you don't have her. She also has like damage boost, removing negative effects. She can apply evasion, a ton of tortures on the enemy side. She can deal a ton of damage with her being both an attacker and a support. She has Pyro Shield, no, Hydrophobic Shield. I did the same mistake in yesterday's video, but that doesn't matter. So yeah, she's overall a solid monster. Moving on, we have also a very powerful monster, which is Galvanus. Now, if we need to talk about anticipation monsters, this monster is actually the best one in the game, and there will never be, in my opinion, another monster can perform as well as Galvanus does, because he has the ability of applying evasion to all allies. Now, that might sound like a lot like an underestimating thing. However, like, he's overall so darn powerful. He has that area anticipation means that if you have a Shadonia, an Amania, Voltaic, whatever, extra turner on your side, you pretty much are dead because this monster applies anticipation to all enemies, and you pretty much cannot do anything about it because whatever you do with those monsters, they pretty much get stomped down to the ground. I mean, Voltaic is the only one that I see being a counter to this because he has anticipation hater, so even if he does that, he does the anticipation to all of your enemies, your enemies are gonna have all anticipation and you have the anticipation hater, so yeah, Galvanus is gonna pretty much be destroyed by Voltaic because of that triple damage against anticipation. So yeah, he's overall a fantastic monster, great for the Thunder element, and overall a solid monster. He can like remove percentage, which means he completely slaughters Megaton monsters. He has an area 30% life drain from all enemies, which paired with like not cold blood, paired with burn blood or spear of destiny, you can deal more damage. So if you do it on Megaton monster, that Megaton monster is dead. Like, you drained 90% of his life plus the damage with the relics. So yeah, he's just so powerful. And yeah, then you have Lord Inheritor. He used to be a good attacker, but he's like, he is very bad now because like outdated. Yeah, that's the word. He is outdated now. Even though you could use him, he's immune to torture. He has Bulwark. He has some pretty good feats. He's a strong attacker that can remove positive effects. He has like 3 different tortures. He has area possession, but he's not that needed. On the other hand, we have Zyron the Great, which is also very powerful. Like, he's a decent enough denier. He has a ton. He literally has every single way of denying in the game, which is just so darn good. Yet he doesn't remove positive effects, he doesn't remove negative effects, so you really do not have a counter onto all that Megaton, to all that evasion, as a difference to like Teddy Bomb or Raris or Heyman or even Cthulhu, whatever. All those monsters are good because they can counter today's meta, while this monster can't. However, you should still buy him because he has a Nero Saga that pretty much gives him that gives a talent that gives I think it's, yeah, he gives a talent that gives anticipation to one of your ally at the start of every battle. So you gain pretty much a free anticipation, which is so good. So yeah, that's definitely the way to go in my opinion. Then we have Teddy Bomb, as I already mentioned. He's on actually very good denier on the other hand. He can remove positive effects extra turn. He has a skill that removes positive effects from one enemy, applies mega stun to one enemy and stun to all enemies, which is also very good. He has a single mega control plus random torture skill. He has a skill that applies two random tortures to all enemies, so you can use him as an attacker and denier at the same time, which is just very good. My cat just opened a door by itself. What the heck? Boy, you good? What the heck? My cat just opened the door. What? How did you do that? Okay, ignore the cats. Yeah, he's overall a powerful monster that you could purchase, but honestly, I think you could just buy any other monster, because yeah, I think even though he's solid, there's better monsters. Hey, calm down. I know you want to be pet, but just calm down. Alright, then we have Kaladin. He's a good bounty anti-attacker, but honestly there's Canacrow, so I don't see him being usable. Gorlin is not good. Sandy is not good. Isabeth is not good. Plantamination is actually a pretty strong damage dealer, but he's not good. Xmas is not good. Ogrank is not good. And then we go on to all the Metro monsters, which honestly of the Metro era, no one is really powerful now. There's Algata that you can buy. Algata is actually decent, that can apply triple damage in Aslogeria, plus access to all the corrupted talents, which make her incredibly powerful. And yeah, that's a pretty solid feat, but other than that, there's nothing else you really want. So yeah, there's Cosmics, then Mythics and Legendaries and everything, so yeah. But if you buy cells of these monsters, which I didn't mention yet, but honestly, out of everyone, if you need to buy someone, I recommend you buying, first of all, if you don't have her, Elvira, then probably Atum, then probably Galvanus, or actually not Galvanus. You can pretty much be well without Galvanus, so I think Elvira, Atum, and Raida are your must-haves that you should have. Galvanus too, he's also must-have, but if you don't have him, like, you're pretty much good. And also you could buy Zyron because of its talent. So yeah, with that said, if you buy gems, if you buy cells from the shop, you actually have access to the Dr. Victor's Patreon's event, which actually gives you cells for Shell Lion. Now this monster is a $50 monster for the Galactic era, so he's actually kinda decent. And you can also get 700 Astronite on top of that, so the more you buy, the more you get. Although you should buy 20,000 cells to get the Astronite, which is just like insane, but you also like could get away with it. It's not too big of a deal. If you have the gems and you're a high-end spender, you get some Astronites and rewards as well. Shoreline is pretty good. He's like a tank that can heal, apply repentance and random positives to itself, so yeah, he's decent, but other than that, there's no really anything else that you should care about. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna do more videos today because there's actually a ton of new stuff that got added. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in another one. Bye.